And again, the whole reason I'm not reviewing people that are in World 7 is because, truthfully, of all the people playing Idleon right now, I don't think you need the most help. I think people who are early game, who don't fully understand Idleon, I think this video that I'm intending to make is supposed to help those people understand the early game a little bit better, and to help them eventually get to World 7, like hit certain breakpoints in the game to where the progression gets a little bit easier. Okay, so let's jump into it. Denin lol, Denin lol. So first thing I see is your fairly early game, pre 5,000 character levels. So I imagine probably drop rate as well is pretty low. You have a massive leg over a lot of people in the early game, and the fact that you have 9 dart finish as a trophy, because this is drop rate multi and AFK gain multi. Okay, this isn't quite account wide yet because you don't have World 7, but once you get World 7, this is going to be insane. Okay, so whatever character you are using, probably the early game best character to actually push on is probably Deathbringer AFK. Because Deathbringer has a talent called Monster Decimator in the Berserker tab that'll allow you to kill multiple mobs. Each kill you get on a mob counts as multiple, and able to use this on the Deathbringer to more passively push. I would probably push actively on DK because of the respawn talent. The respawn talent only requires 1 point to be fully effective, and using that in World 4, World 5, World 6 is generally the best character to push on. Now, the best character to push does kind of change depending on what your talent levels are, and the meta shifts further into World 7 because active pushing in World 7 is just like completely dead. But active pushing with DK is generally good. When you have 200 talent levels, AC becomes better because that's when Tentacle changes from 2 seconds to 3 seconds. So you're able to get your attack cooldowns much, much lower. If you don't know what I'm talking about, AC, Arcane Cultist is this tab right here, and the Tentacle talent is this one. It has a breakpoint when it hits overall, like talent level 200. This changes from reduce attack cooldowns by 2 seconds to reduce attack cooldowns by 3 seconds, which is a massive increase the uptime on cranium cooking, massive increase the uptime on things like skulls, and I guess the ghost as well for helping map clearage. Okay, and 200 tentacles also the breakpoint of what you want to try to hit to do more or less like 60 to 70% uptime on cranium cooking. And cranium cooking itself is also pretty massive because it'll help you unlock more bubbles, which you desperately need. You need to, unlock some of these bubbles. So you're having trouble pushing, probably. So you need to get power of try 1, try 2, and try 3 to help increase your damage massively. So getting to 200 tentacle levels on Arcane Cultist is a big thing to do. And the way you do that is going to be through sailing. Sailing's the easiest way to do that. There's a relic here called Fury Relic, which you may or may not be able to get to. My general rule for sailing nowadays is try to hit at least a 2-hour time on your islands. If you can't get to an island in 2 hours, you're probably at the wrong island. The best thing for you to do at that point is to go back to earlier islands, get loot value, get treasure to upgrade the sailing speed on your boats. Make sure you have AD tablet, get that at Ancient. Try to get more sailing speed there. I would try to farm out more slab stuff so you can get more sailing speed, because that's how sailing speed from slab scales. That's how AD tablet scales. So trying to go back through the various worlds, try to unlock these items you haven't unlocked yet in slab to help you get more of that sailing speed, to help you get a little bit more damage, more divinity points, bits to help you with gaming as well. Okay, so yeah, that's your goals. Try to get 200 talents. I'm going to move away from you, Denin. Move over to Chimo. Chimo, very, very early game player, like World 1 to World 3 type player, I guess. You have Amarok Obel, which is kind of sick, actually. Not too much it does to help you. My early advice to you is kind of get into the rhythm of the early game. Try to understand the mechanics. I would purposefully go slow, so you would try and understand the game a little bit better. And yes, I understand this is a little bit outdated, but this is fine. Oh, you're in World 6. Okay, well, let me refresh then and see if it's better. No, it's still October. So you're in World 6. Tell me kind of where you're at and what you're trying to aim for. I guess damage is probably a thing. Artifacts from sailing. I want to check something real quick. Chip rotation. So next week. No, sorry. When's the next Choco Chip? So in about 2 weeks is when we get Choco Chip. So this is something you want to aim for and try to get. This applies to everyone in the early game. Choco Chip is a thing for people's account because it allows you to get Onyx statues. Onyx statues are insanely powerful because they give you a bunch of skilling efficiency. They give you move speed, obviously. Big early game issue is trying to cap out a move speed for your characters, so it's very important to try to get it. Base damage, this is obviously pretty good to help anyone in the game. The defense is nice, not really that good. A little bit of crit damage. Some food effect is massively important for things like souls, trying to get more souls. The soulable gum food effect gets massively scaled with Onyx statues. That's pretty good. So look out for Onyx, look out for Choco Chip, try to get it. If you already have it, I would probably consider doing some statue farming. Absolutely. You're working on grinding statues right now, which is perfect. The big thing as well I would try to aim for is try to get to 10,000 golden hamster gummies so you can drop that on the beanstalk, which is a world 6 mechanic. The hamster gummies is massive for people's account because it helps you with sailing, and sailing is one of the best early game ways to scale your account with damage, with coin gain, with just talent levels to help you with that 200 tentacle boost on AC. That's a big breakpoint for people's accounts because it kind of blows open alchemy and be able to find more and more bubbles to do some liquid grinding, liquid vestment, stuff like that, right? So getting 200 tentacles probably also a goal for you. Getting that 10k golden hamster gummies through World 5 gold food farming, which early game is going to be either citringes or going to be through tremor worms. Those are the two big spots you want to do, both Onyx statue grinding in World 5 as well as gold food farming. That 10k golden hamster gummies is incredibly important. Pre 10k golden hamster gummies, I would split them across all of your characters. So making sure every single one of your characters has a very equal amount of gold food gold food from sailing hamster gummies, not the effect itself. It's just like 500 golden hamsters in this character, that character, this character, right? So you can equalize whenever you log into a character, you have a chance to claim that sailing AFK time. That right there is the biggest early game scaler in the entire game, because sailing just like gives you so much in terms of damage for an early game player, and it shifts the meta of how damage scales. Damage later on in the game, when you get Crystal Stake, when you get Power of Try 1, Try 2, and Try 3, scales damage through stats. And getting a bunch of stats is how you scale damage later in the game. It also helps you with things like accuracy, right? Allows you to focus on accuracy as a byproduct of focusing on damage, which is, kind of why accuracy is just not important in the later game. That being said, also trying to upgrade your tools, trying to upgrade your gear along the way is going to help you in that endeavor. Putting main stat on your weapons is also a great way to increase the damage. That being said, it will also point out that stats do also increase your damage naturally because of the knowledge of power bubble, or whatever the equivalent is for the other classes, right? Having the main stat will increase your damage naturally. It just more so does so when you have Power of Try 1, Try 2, and Try 3, and also increases your crystal damage based off of Crystal Stake to artifact and sailing. Okay, Xof Fang. Let's see. So again, kind of early mid game player. I see. Probably World 6 is my guess. Let's take a look at Death Note. See kind of where you're at. You have a Nan infinite kills for all of World 7, which is sick. It's a bug. Obviously, it's a bug. Spirited Valley. So you're at League Spirits. So biggest issue, again, damage. Damage is the biggest issue you have here. I will say probably Prince is also something that kind of lacks. Okay. Obviously, big thing is make sure you are printing stuff on your characters. I guess something I kind of neglect, but I will talk about here, is trying to hit 90% print sample rate. This is a big goal for people. You did update. Okay, let's try refreshing. It may or may not work. The refreshing sometimes takes a little bit of time for me. Okay, it did work. Cool. Okay, so prints are always something you want to work on. Make sure you get prints on your characters. And the big thing to try to aim for is print sample size. So if you go into your game, go to skill info and go to construction, you'll see your print sample rate. 90% is the cap, and you want to try to hit 90% because that is a very big early game multiplier to your prints. Best way to do that is to level up and increase your prayer called Royal Sampler, okay? Royal Sampler is seemingly scary, but it's really not that bad. It causes you a little bit of decrease of all EXP gain, which is a additive decrease, so it's not that bad. But in the upside is you get 3D print sample size. Strictly speaking, I would just max out this prayer. I wouldn't worry about the downside all that much because of all the EXP multipliers we have, so it's not that bad. And I would just try to hit that 90% sample rate at all cost. It is so incredibly important for prints in the early game, allowing you to get into that 100 million resource cost for bubbles, allows you to focus on atom generation and trying to level up your atom collider a little bit better. Okay, so big thing for you right now outside of damage is obviously trying to work on your alchemy, trying to upgrade and increase your prints and trying to level up your bubbles. And increasing your prints is a great way to do that. So increasing your all stat through things like Stable Genius, through Roid Rage. And as we talked about, stats are a great way to increase your damage, right? So you want to start focusing on upgrading Roid Rage and Swift Step and Stable Genius. I will say with World 7, Swift Step did get a nerf because it takes Pocket Sand now as opposed to Copper Ore, and the Statue takes Bleach Log as well. What the hell? Wait, hold on. I thought it takes Copper, and that takes... Oh, everything got changed. Oh my god. I didn't even realize that all of that got changed. I thought it was just... That's so weird. Anyways, point still stands. You want to level up like Wisdom. You want to level up your Roid Rage and Bubble. Early game, the base stat bubbles up to level 300 are all pretty good. So Gold Ore for Name I Guess is pretty good. Coconuttos for Quick Slap is also pretty good. And the Furled Flags for Big Meaty Claws is a great way to increase damage as well. Outside of that, Britley Spears, Bojack, Maddie Stafford. Maddie Stafford is less important because it takes red salt's a very vital resource. So I wouldn't necessarily focus on upgrading Maddie Stafford, but it's also another way to increase damage. Also, keep trying to push Alchemy, try to get power, try 1, try 2, and try 3. That damage increase is very important. I'd probably consider not pushing Leak Spirits, and I would just hard focus on trying to get skill efficiency, try to focus on the gold food farming as I talked about in the previous guy's account, to try to get the Fury Relic, try to get 200 talent levels, try to do some cranium cooking, trying to unlock these bubbles from Alchemy, power, try 1, try 2, try 3 that is, and doing that gold food farming for golden hamster gummies as well to help really skyrocket your account. Cool. Okay, Canacid. Have a little bit of Onyx statues. Let me take a swig of water real quick. Hold on. Okay, let's try to vary things a little bit. Let's go talk about Divinity. So you're a dootless character, I see. My recommendation for a lot of people that are in the early game as well is don't neglect Divinity and Lab. Yes, they're very painful skills, trust me. And World 7 also increases Divinity and Lab EXP naturally, so you don't need to necessarily stick your characters in Lab for an inordinate amount of time like you did before. But I still think it's worth to try to unlock your gods when you're in World 6, because the God Blessing bonuses naturally just give you a bunch of damage. They also give you a bunch of sailing speed, right? So by progressing your account in 2 ways. One, sticking your characters in Lab and Divinity, trying to get Lab points to unlock these gods, and trying to just unlock God rings as like a function of Divinity is important before you get to World 7. Leveling up the blessing bonuses to get more total damage is naturally going to help you progress World 6 because you need damage, you need high multi-kill in order to progress World 6. Generally, my rule of thumb is you need multi-kill to progress World 6. If you don't have multi-kill, you're doing things wrong. You need to stop what you're doing, stop pushing, and start worrying about other things like skill efficiency as opposed to damage. By naturally leveling up skill efficiency, as I mentioned before with alchemy, stamps, stuff like that, you're going to be able to take those resources that you print, that you have higher prints of, and funnel those into stamps and alchemy, which constitute like the first step, like emergency funding for your account, right? So you want to level up stamps and alchemy to kind of help out your account. And while you're doing that, while you're focusing on Lab, while you're focusing on Divinity, while you're trying to get these gods unlocked, leveling up the blessings, getting more Atom generation to be able to level up Cattle Croc and Bagger to help you increase the sailing speed, help you increase the damage, right? And along the while you're getting more Atom generation, you can funnel those Atom clicks with Boron into your alchemy, try to get more of the stat bubbles, more Warrior's Rule, Archer Bust, Mage's Best, or more of the Severe Purple, Premogreens, Severe Purple, or Multi Orange, Premogreen, Severe Purple, those bubbles, right? To help you increase your damage and also helps increase your skill efficiency to help you get more Atom prints, right? And Atom Collider at some point between Leak Spirits to Sky Doggy Spirits should be where you start worrying about Atom Collider, in my opinion. Based off the progress I've done on my free-to-play account, that's generally held up. That's when I was able to really get into like the hundreds of millions to billions of prints, start worrying about Atom generation a little bit more, leveling up Atom Collider, getting fluoride, getting nitrogen, getting oxygen, getting all the different atoms to help progress my account. And then again, funneling all the efficiency gains that I did into alchemy using the Boron clicks, trying to level up the stat bubbles, the damage bubbles, all that stuff to help progress your account. So similar spot to the other people, you kind of need to worry about sailing, need to worry about the Fury Relic, need to worry about 200 talent levels, maybe the worry about progressing sailing a little bit, trying to get more and more of the more of the gold hamper gummies to get that 100% sailing AFK gain time. And obviously, as you progress sailing, big things to aim and look out for are going to be Crystal Stake, Trilobite Rock. These will naturally help you progress World 5. A little bit additional advice as well is trying to get to Cavern 9 is going to be very important for you, as is most people in the early game, because that is where you get the mushrooms here. Okay, the mushrooms are important for 2 reasons. Number 1, they are a very early source of drop rate. There's a schematic in the engineer that makes gloomy kills, or the cavern layers that you kill with gloomies, give you a natural amount of drop rate, which is very good for an early game account because drop rate's hard to come by. The second thing it's good for is gloomy kills will also give you multi-kill per tier. So this is a big thing to aim out for, because as you get more gloomy kills, this measure bonuses is going to scale. And obviously trying to unlock the ore, upgrading this measure bonus is also going to give you more multi-kill per tier, which is how you push World 6 so fast. So this is a big thing for people to look out for. I would more or less worry about this as you get into like Leak Spirits to Skydoggy Spirits, trying to progress whole a little bit faster and trying to level up all the different sources of villager EXP gain that you see. So early sources of villager EXP gain obviously is going to be Bravery Monument, trying to get the EXP gain for all villagers. Secondly, Deathbringer also has a good amount of villager EXP. Villager Extracurricular. This one right here is a multiplier to villager EXP. Previously, there was an arcade bonus for it that I don't believe is available yet, or available now. But you can get the villager EXP here to help you increase the amount of EXP you get, so you can try to get to Cavern 9. Also, do not split your opals. Put all your opals onto one guy at a single time to help progress things a little bit faster. I'd probably do a reset on your opals with the lamp. Put all your opals onto Explorer, get to Cavern 8, which is the hive layer, so you can get a little bit more opals, a little bit more harp note gain, I think it is. So you can get, you know, more measure bonus scaling for the things like harp note gain. Eventually you'll be able to get harp string EXP, harp note gain, get more bravery sword damage, obviously with the harp notes here, stuff like that. So can ask a little bit of whole exploration there to help you out with that. Vega, let me see if I can refresh your page here. Still October 23rd. First thing I see here that is a very big red flag is you don't have gold statues, so you need to make sure you buy golden statues. Statues have 3 components in them. There's the base statue, there's gold statues, and there's onyx statues. Base statues obviously unlocked in World 1 by dropping the hammer on the guy. World 2, the gold statues unlocked by the World 2 shop. You go over to World 1 with this in your inventory. Go to the statue guy and you drop the gold statue on him, right? It'll allow you to gild your statues. What gilding does is it equalizes the statue levels across your characters. So whatever character has the highest level statues, what you want to buy it on. That way, whenever you drop a statue, every single character has an equal amount of statue level. Okay, Onyx statues are unlocked in World 4. They're typically, I recommend doing Onyx statues when you have Choco Chip or an extremely high drop rate, or you have a lot of AFK gain multi. It's more likely that you have Choco Chip is when I recommend doing Onyx statues. Okay, so you don't have golden statues. So that's base number 1, what you should do. Okay. Secondly, talent level's relatively low. You have Maestro, not V-Man yet. Death Note. Okay, so you're just starting World 5. So similar to World 4, again, DK is generally the better class to push with, so make sure your gear is up to snuff, up to par with DK. Trying to, you know, get higher tier gear, making sure you get nets on your character, try to get higher tier skulls, traps, DNA splicers, equipping damage pots or weapon power gear to help you push World 5 a little bit faster is my recommendation. But World 5, I mean, it's generally a slow push. You could try to candy through it if you'd like. Just make sure you're hitting above 1.5 times accuracy for World 5 to make sure you have precision power active for your DK, which is one of the talents. This one right here, it gives you a huge damage boost early game, but it requires that you get 1.5 times accuracy for the mob that you're hitting, so make sure you're above that number. And if you need more accuracy, obviously you can throw more wisdom on your characters, upgrade more of the wisdom stats. Wisdom stamps, that is, with the wisdom bubble and alchemy. I would also probably go through the various worlds and try to unlock the stamps that you haven't unlocked yet. So trying to unlock things like mason jar stamp, questing stamp, golden apple stamp, drop lots, brain stew, alcobur, all these stamps here. The more stamps you get, generally the better your account's going to be. So I highly recommend trying to do all of that to help you. Vega's been focused on Lab Divinity. Oh, this is the friend, right? Okay, cool. Yeah, going through unlocking the stamps that you haven't unlocked before is going to be vital, because, you know, as you unlock the base stat stamps, for example, it's going to help you with wisdom. It's going to help you with your strength, to help you increase your damage, your accuracy, or whatever, you know, you may need for that. Also going to help you a little bit with your prints, right? Prints are always something you need to worry about at any stage of the game. Getting more of the stats going to help you out with that. Damage as well. You're missing a little bit of damage stamps, so trying to go back and unlock those to help you get more damage, to help you push the worlds a little bit more effectively. Alchemy wise, obviously Drippy Drop is a great one to increase your liquid regen. Drop lots just increase your capacity, so you're able to upgrade more bubbles per day outside of 200 talent level tentacles, we talked about in the previous videos, or the previous reviews here. In World 4, cooking efficiency, getting more ladles here is going to be vital as well, to help you progress your cooking a little bit faster. And I would also highly recommend trying to spend more time on Orion and Poppy. Now that they're in quick ref, they're a little bit easier to manage, but trying to, you know, reset often on Orion to try to get more mega feathers, try to get more of the drop rate bonus, the damage, the total damage, all stat, all that stuff. And then Poppy as well, making sure not to overdo your Fisher resets, just strictly only do greatest catch for the most part. But Poppy is going to be great as well, to help you increase the accuracy, the total damage, all the stuff here, to help you progress more nicely. As because World 5, World 6, they require a lot of damage, and, you know, early struggle is accuracy still a little bit. So trying to worry about Kangaroo will help flesh out your accuracy problems that you're having, as you may be having. Oh, you don't have any mega fish. Okay. There's not really a lot of videos out there talking about what to do for Poppy necessarily, but you know, first thing is don't immediately overdo Fisher resets. You've already done a Fisher reset, which is fine. You need to do at least one. I would save all of your fish until you do greatest catch. The next reset you do is going to be greatest catch. The next like 30 resets you do are going to be all greatest catch. You almost never want to do Fisher reset until you get to like 9 or 10 mega fish. Okay, that's generally the opinion there. As for the bonuses, how you distribute these is the yellow fish will cap out at around 100, level 100. The tar fish will generally cap out at level 250, and then the point distribution for the blue reset bonus here, the green reset bonus, and the orange we're going to be 114. So that's kind of what you want to aim for early game, is try to go for the 100 in the yellow, 250 for tar fish, and then a 114 point distribution for the other three. Okay, that'll help you kind of progress Kangaroo a little bit faster. It'll help you get the accuracy, the damage, the AFK gains. All this stuff is very useful for an early game player. In addition, the fishing efficiency is nice to help increase your bloach prints. Okay, cool. Stop there. Take another swig of water real quick. Fur helmet. Okay, Fairy Relic. Perfect. Okay, let's talk just a little bit more concretely about how to do Arcane Cultist now that you have 200 Tentacle. So, since you have AC, okay. So when you unlock AC as an early game player, it is a massive power spike to your account because of how much summoning actually does for you. Summoning gives you a ton of damage. It gives you a ton of artifact find chance, which are two very important things for an early game player. Okay, so I would probably have your second talent preset here strictly dedicated to summoning. So strictly Essential Essence, Passion of the Summon, Absolute Stardom, or maybe not Absolute Stardom because you don't have summoning doublers yet, but these at least Essential Essence, getting a book on this is vitally important because it'll massively increase how much you can push summoning, for how early you are. Genuinely, my free-to-play account was able to finish all of the base summoning stones within a week of me actually increasing or getting him unlocked. It is actually insane, and you're able to get obviously more talent books off of that. You're able to get You're able to get a ton more damage to help you push World 6 a little bit faster. You're able to get more artifact find chance to help you unlock more artifacts faster, right? So it's very, very important to push summoning. And the way you do that is obviously getting a book on that essence cost reduction for summoning. So getting a book on that, increasing it, and trying to push your battles as much as you can. So the big thing to focus on early game is damage. You want to try to get a lot of damage so you are able to try and kill the boss summoning stones, which you may or may not be able to do. So you have you need to get to bamboo spirits to be able to do the Aether Dude, this white summoning boss battle. You probably need a little bit more damage, so I'd focus your upgrades into unit damage, focusing your upgrades into powerful units, focusing your upgrades into stronger units, sharpened spikes you already have. Starting mana for real, getting that mana cost increase very early on is very impactful. And then obviously, if you are able to get to the red one for seeing red, this will help you just in the summoning battles itself. Slime duplication, this will make farming those shaman summon stone bosses much easier. Trying to get cyan summoning, this is going to be very important for helping you progress summoning, because you're able to get things like infinite damage, infinite essence, HP laundering, damage laundering, endless summoning to start that a little bit, to help you progress that. Upgrading Sparky a bit more to get more of that, right? Brutal units to help you increase that damage, mana dividends to give you more mana regen. Let's see what else. Mana Renard to get more mana regen as well. Just, focusing on damage, trying to get that first battle done for your shaman summoning stone is going to be a massive power spike as well for summoning to help you get more damage, more essence generation, more just progression in summoning, right? So now that you have Arcane Cultist, things are going to really escalate here for you. Because summoning is going to come much easier. You're going to be able to get pretty much all of summoning done probably in the next week or so. Just remember to book that talent because of how powerful this is, how much it actually reduces summoning upgrades. It is very, very, very good. I highly recommend trying to book this, spending all your points on this, and just maxing it as much as you can. Okay.